Hello. Today we are going to talk about writing. Our writing topic for today is writing a debate. A debate is sometimes referred to as argument. So a debate is equal to argument. Argument is debating. What is a debate or an argument? It is a process of establishing a claim. You should have a claim and then prove this claim. So you prove it with the use of logical reasoning, examples, and research. You should have a point of view, or they call it a stand or a position. So, you are either for or against the topic. You are either for or against one problem. Trying to prove this position, you have to use reasons, examples, and evidence. So reasons, examples, and evidence. You should have an opinion first, and you should be able to give reasons and then support your reasons. When you debate, you either agree or disagree with the issue, with the topic of agreement, of argument. Whether you agree or disagree, you should have an opinion, you should support an opinion. Your opinion can be introduced by an opinion indicator. An opinion indicator is something like this: I think, or I believe. So I think that smoking should be banned in public places. Or I honestly feel that. I honestly feel that space travel should be halted, should be stopped. Or if it were up to me, I would enforce the courtesy law in our schools. Now, let's consider the reason. A reason explains why that opinion is held, why you took this opinion, and can be introduced by a reason indicator. A reason indicator is something like this: because or since. So we can say, because secondhand smoke is harmful for non-smokers. A strong reason to give, in order to give a strong reason should have the following qualities. It logically supports the opinion. It is specific and states the idea clearly. It is convincing. It should be convincing to a majority of people, a big number of people. So logic, specific, convincing. Let's see it in other way. Good qualities or qualities of a good reason, it should be logic, it should be specific, and they should be convincing at the same time. How to give support for your reasons? By giving an example. By giving something that can be realized by common sense. You can use expert opinion. You can even get use of the statistics in books, on the internet. You get some statistics about your topic and include them. So, supporting reasons through example, common sense, expert opinions, and statistics. So giving support for your reasons means you give evidence. Supporting reasons means you should try to give an evidence that you are right, that your position is the correct one or the proper one. The 4 ways in which we can give an evidence are, as we said, example. From where should we get these? An example from your own experience or from what you heard or read before. A common sense, things that you believe everyone knows. It's known to everybody. It's well acknowledged. Everyone knows this. You can even use expert opinion, and from where should you get this? The opinions of experts. This comes from research. You make some research using books, internet, magazines, and you find expert opinions on the topic. And finally, the statistics, numbers. You should show some numbers. These numbers come from research also. Let's consider this case. Should smoking be banned in all public places? Example. When you give example, you can start, for example, for instance, let me give an example and you go on. So, for example, whenever you go to a restaurant and any other public place and there are people smoking near you, I feel that I am breathing their smoke. This makes me a passive smoker, even though I don't want to be. Common sense. You start by saying, everyone knows if something happens then, or it's common knowledge that. Example, second-hand smoke, you can start, everyone knows that second-hand smoke is very unhealthy for non-smokers. Let's consider the expert opinions. As I said, you can get them by doing some research. According to, and you mention your expert. According to quote, the book, this particular book says, and you give. So according to the Environmental Protection Agency, second-hand smoke causes approximately 3,000 lung cancer deaths in non-smokers each year. Then comes statistics. As we said, statistics means numbers. You have to mention some numbers, and this is an example. Second-hand smoke causes about 250,000 respiratory infections in infants and children every year, resulting in about 15,000 hospitalizations each year. When we write a debate, we use specific language functions. So, language functions are very important, necessary, and crucial here. You have to use some of the following language functions. The most common language functions we use in a debate are expressing opinion. You have to state an opinion and you have to follow it. You have to agree or you have to disagree with an opinion. And finally, you have to give and explain reasons. So, giving and explaining reasons. We can express our opinion in the following ways. In my opinion, the way I see it, as far as I am concerned, I am convinced that, I honestly feel that, I strongly believe that, it's fairly certain that, without doubt, as is widely known, as everyone knows. Let's practice using these expressions, the expressions of opinion. Let's see how they are used. Are men and women truly equal? We'll see. Yes, I think that women are now equal to men. Or, sure, I believe that women are now equal to men. In my opinion, women are now equal to men. I'm pretty sure that women are now equal to men. You can even say, as I strongly believe that women are now equal to men. Now, we can also agree using the following. I agree with you. That's so true. You are absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel. I couldn't agree more. That's for sure. Absolutely. Exactly. How do we agree with negative statements? If somebody gives you a statement, a negative statement, and you want to agree with it, how can we? You can say, me neither. I suppose so. I guess so. You have a point there. Or you can say, I was just going to say that. Expressing disagreement. How can we disagree? I don't think that. Don't you think it would be better? I don't agree. I would rather. I prefer. Shouldn't we consider? But what about? I'm afraid I don't agree. Frankly, I doubt if. Let's face it. The truth of the matter is, the problem with your point of view is that. Examples for using agreement and disagreement in a debate. Now you are in a debate and you are agreeing or disagreeing with somebody or a topic, a point of view. Let's see how can we make. Student A, for example, or somebody says, it's really important to brush your teeth every morning. You can agree and say, yes, and when you brush your teeth, your mouth smells good. Somebody can disagree and say, yes, but sometimes the toothpaste tastes terrible. Somebody can disagree also and say, yes, but you can find a brand that tastes good. The other one can reply, yes, and even if it doesn't taste good, you spit it out after a minute. So these ways you can agree or disagree during a debate. Now, here are some ways in which we can give and explain reasons. This is the most important point here. To start with, and you gave your point of view. The reason why, that's why, for this reason, that's the reason why many people think, considering, allowing for the fact that, when you consider that. Now, I like this one. It's time now to give reasons why or why not. You have a certain stand, you have a certain position, or you have a certain point of view about a topic. This topic is clear from the picture here. From the pictures, you understand that we are going to talk about junk food. Are you for junk food or against junk food? For consuming junk food or against eating junk food? If you are for eating junk food, you love junk food, you can start your debate saying something like this. The reason why I love junk food is that it's very delicious. Simply, for this reason, I don't mind eating junk food. Many people think fast food is unhealthy, but some fast foods like pizzas are healthy and tasty at the same time. You can even argue, write your argument, one of your reasons support. You say, when you consider that junk foods are made of natural materials, you will definitely know how wrong you are. What if you are against consuming or eating junk food? You can argue this way. To start with, junk food is full of fats. That's why I hate eating junk food. That's the reason why I am against consuming junk food. Or you can even say, considering the harmful effects of eating junk food, I never visit any of the restaurants that sell them. Now, let's go to the structure of the agreement. How can we form an argument? You should start as usual with introduction. You should have a thesis statement. You should give a background information about the problem and why you are for maybe or why you are against. You should give reasons and remember to give evidence for your reasons. Why? The opposing view or what we call the refutation should be there. So here while writing, you have to remember that you are for, but you have to talk to the people who are against. Refute them. Give the opposing view. Then you have or you should have the conclusion. It goes like this. Okay, let's consider the following case. Should students take part in environmental campaigns like this one? Cleaning the beaches? Okay, you start with the introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and the conclusion. Remember that it's a 5-paragraph essay. Now, let's put things together. Introduction. Introduce the problem. Give background information about the problem. And state your thesis statement. The global idea, the main idea, the big idea you are writing about. Let's see this introduction. There was a lot of argument lately about students who take part in environmental campaigns. Opening sentence. This one is, you are stating the problem. Some people are for, while others are against. Students are left without a clear-cut answer to their problem. Should they share on these campaigns or not? What's this? This is the background information about the topic. Let's look at the thesis statement. How can you state the thesis statement? I myself strongly believe that students should take an effective part in environmental campaign. In the thesis statement, express your opinion, your point of view. You are going to defend this point of view. Let's move to body paragraph number 1 and see what can be there. You should have a reason, and this reason should be clarified. How can we clarify the reason? By giving an example, by proving it, by giving an evidence. So in this paragraph or in the body paragraphs, you should have a reason, example, evidence. It looks like this sandwich. 3 layers, 3 steps. You have to mention them. Reason, explanation, and evidence. Look here. Taking part in environmental campaigns teaches students responsibility and belongingness. This is your point number one. This is reason number one. Taking part in environmental campaigns teaches students responsibility and belongingness. This is your reason. When a student shares in such campaigns, he or she feels he or she is part of his own country and he is a responsible person. You are explaining, you are giving an example why students should share in these campaigns. Let's move on. Today, I felt that I am part of this country and I am a good citizen, said Ali Salim, a student in As-Salam school. You are giving an evidence. This student, he feels proud that he is taking part in environmental campaigns. How paragraph number 2 should look like? It can be something like this. Keeping the environment clean is a way to acquire benefits of voluntary work and help students learn about group work. What's this? This is your reason. Okay? Whenever a student takes part in a clean-up campaign, he will never litter or throw rubbish out of its place anymore. This is the example. The reason is simply that he himself cleaned this place during the campaign, and now you are explaining why students should feel that way. Again, I remind you, there should be 3 things in each body paragraph. And with paragraph 3, you can follow the same procedures. Let's move on to the conclusion. You end with a call to action. You restate your thesis statement and you give a summary of your reasons. That's all for the conclusion. Let's see now how such a topic can have a conclusion. It's time for us all to cooperate. What's this? It's a call for action. Teachers, parents, school representatives, and students should work together to make volunteering a culture in our society. Here we start with restating our thesis statement here now. As we have seen here, effective participation in environmental campaigns build up our students' personality, feeling of responsibility, and self-belongingness. I think we are in dear need for all these values to bring up a successful and responsible generations. This is your ending. This ending should be a strong one to arouse the interest in your topic. Now, here are some topics. You can use them to try to apply what you have learned today at home. Okay, again to our final note, and don't forget to use your writing process, the pre-writing, drafting, revising, proofreading, and publishing. Don't forget this. Any masterpiece of writing can be done if you follow this writing process accurately. Keep a writing book. Revisit your pieces of writing from time to time. Make notes or even rewrite your writings, your pieces of writings, whenever you feel you have to. Thank you very much. That's all for today. Until I see you again, goodbye.